chance for the Chargers, and they score! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Breakfast with Ken and Ben. How are you, Ken?
All right, what you got me back at you this morning?
No,
You're
I don't.
pointing behind you.
I was pointing this way because
Yeah.
you're on the. No, it's it's what side of the screen you're on.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I was just pointing to the side of the screen you're on.
Okay.
But you're in front of me over here, so I have to
Yeah.
turn like this to
Hey.
talk to you.
And to answer your question, I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good. I want to say a huge thank you. You want to lift your. Want to say a huge thank you to Bess Eaton. This show today is brought to you in part by And Sports Open Mic. I finally figured out. I have to get extra cream.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. You said I don't have to get extra cream, obviously. But
well, you just said you had to get extra cream.
Well, whether it's cream or almond milk or whatever, and Bess Eaton is amazing at this. They don't overload stuff, right? Like sometimes you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you get a, if you got like, for example, a bagel with cream cheese, they'll give you like this much cream cheese on a bagel, and you're like, what's going on, guys? Like what, because the employees are like, I don't care, corporate money, who cares? Like,
they
don't care.
Not paying for it.
Not that I'm saying that, Bessie, I should stop this entire conversation, but but basically, like the I just remembered to put up the thing that says the opinion shared in this broadcast. But basically, like every time I got an iced coffee recently, and maybe it was because I was getting almond milk, but it was very light, right? And so, I really it was very lightly, like just like a dash of almond milk or a dash of cream or whatever, which is fantastic. But I'm a little boy who doesn't like black coffee and doesn't like, I don't like the taste of coffee. This is decaf, not because I need decaf, just because I, like
decaf
whatever.
Tastes better.
No, it's just silly. It's just me being me. Anyway, extra cream. Now it has, like, you go to Dunkin' and you ask for cream. Anybody who gets extra cream at Dunkin' Donuts is drinking milk at that point, right? You're drinking that with a little bit of coffee. This is a little bit of extra cream, and it's like the perfect consistency for me. So that's, I figured out my iced coffee. I've been drinking hot coffee. It was 85 degrees yesterday. I had hot coffee.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out how to get my Bess Eaton coffee order right the way that I would want it, and I did today, and I'm very excited, and it is delicious. Thank you very much to everybody over at Bess Eaton.
I'm glad you're so excited about it.
I am.
I never see anyone get so excited about the fact that you got a nice coffee.
Oh, come on. You've seen people more excited about iced coffee than this.
The way you want it.
I did. Yeah, there's no sugar.
That's great. See?
It's French vanilla.
That's why you gotta. That's where I told you to go there. That's why you gotta go there.
That's why you gotta go. You gotta go to Bess Eaton.
And once you go there, those girls, they got your order down perfect. You don't have to say anything.
No, they're incredible. They're incredible.
They do a great job over there.
The problem is I change my order way too much. I change my order.
That's all right.
What do you get? What's yours? Just
Mine's
black coffee?
Same. Cream only.
Also cream only. Any flavor for you?
No.
I wouldn't think that you would have it.
No, I'm just very simple. Keep it simple is my motto.
Plain Jane.
I just try to keep everybody and everything as simple as possible. That's the easiest way. Then when you screw up, you don't have too much to fix.
I've never screwed up anything in my entire life.
No, I know that. Well, you're perfect. That's why.
I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good.
So it's hard to be humble.
Pretty good.
When you're perfect in every way.
What do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the summer pops? You want to talk about baseball? What do you want to talk about?
We should mention summer pops right off the bat because, and the way the weather forecast looks, it looks like we're gonna have a great Saturday.
Which is fantastic for,
Oh,
I mean, of all of the years for the weather gods to shine down on the summer pops, this is the,
yes,
I want this to be perfect. I don't want there to be even a chance of rain. I don't want that stress to enter their thought process at all. By the way, if you are not aware, the Summer Pops 2025 will take place tomorrow, June 21st at 8 p.m. The pre-show starts at 6:15. The rain date, I'm not even going to, it's the next day, but I'm not
No.
even going to mention it because
No.
there's no rain tomorrow.
No.
No rain.
it's gonna be perfect Saturday.
The Chorus of Pop, the Chorus of Westerly and the Pops Festival Orchestra, Andrew Howell, conductor, fireworks by Grucci, special guest Mary Kate Morrissey, who is fresh off of a run on Broadway as Elphaba in Wicked. Ever heard of Wicked?
Would it surprise you to know that I went and saw that?
On Broadway?
Yeah.
Really?
No, it's been there a long time, right?
21 years.
Okay. Yeah, then
22 years.
Yeah. Gary, actually, my son Gary and his lovely wife, Kristen, Hazel, and I think the girls were there too. We went to see Wicked. And I was in New York City, so I would imagine I was on Broadway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did see it. Yeah.
I have never.
So I must have seen that young lady then.
When?
Oh, she was.
How long ago?
Oh, it's quite a while ago.
No.
No,
No.
She's only been there a short time.
She was there quite a long time, but not when you would have seen, I'm sure.
That was pretty good though.
It's fantastic. A lot of people love it. I never went and saw it. I've seen a lot of Broadway shows. I was in school for musical theater in New York City right around the time it was like the biggest thing in the world. You know, obviously now it's the biggest thing in the world again because of the musical, because of the movie. But yeah, I mean, I was there 06, 07, a couple years after. Did you know, as big as Wicked is, it did not win the Tony for Best Musical?
I know it now.
Do you know what did win the Tony for Best Musical?
I do. I'm going to find out shortly.
A show called Avenue Q.
Well, no, I never heard of that.
Oh, okay. So Avenue Q is a show about, it's like an adult Sesame Street. It is a show with puppets. And puppets and humans mixed, and it's dirty. Like there's F-bombs, there's
Really?
songs about sex, there's all sorts of, it's a not a G-rated show. Yeah. There's a song called "You Can Be as Loud as the Hell You Want When You're Making Love."
Yeah, I wouldn't go to show. I wouldn't go to that.
There's a song called "Everyone's a Little Bit Racist."
Yeah.
It holds up. It holds up. It's a good show. It's,
well, obviously, if
it won Best Musical
Yeah.
over Wicked. It did not have the long-lasting run as Wicked. It eventually moved off Broadway. I don't know if it's still playing, but it eventually moved off Broadway into the same theater space where Nicole, who is the artistic director now at the Granite Theater, where her off-Broadway shows were. So she shared a theater space with Avenue Q for a few years. Interesting fact.
Yeah. So you were on Broadway.
I was on Broadway.
Yeah? No.
I lived off Broadway.
Did you really?
I lived off Broadway.
Off? How far off?
A block.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to go to New York all the time. My aunt who passed away, she used to work at the Waldorf Astoria.
Oh.
And I used to go to New York a lot to visit with her. And she lived in an apartment. It was up the west side, 344 West End Avenue. And by the time I got to her apartment, I didn't want to go anywhere. No elevators in the building. And I had to walk up. I mean, when I talk about a flight of stairs, I'm not talking about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
We're talking maybe 20, 30.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 of them. By the time I got to the top, I didn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
She would work all day long at the Waldorf, come home. She had a dog, get the dog, take the dog outside to the park, bring him back, bring him upstairs, go back down, go to the store, come back. I got tired just watching her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And she weighed about 98 pounds, and I could understand why.
Well, yeah, you'd
But
have
what a
to.
sweetheart. She was unbelievable.
You'd have to.
She retired twice from the Waldorf. And they
The-
kept calling her back.
Well, first of all, I love tea at the Waldorf is one of the best experiences I ever have had in my entire life. But the just the walk from West End Avenue to Central Park,
Hmm.
that alone makes me tired. Like we lived like 2 blocks over from West End Avenue. So
Really?
I lived on 71st and Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
So-
You were close to.
Yeah, I lived on 71st between Broadway and Columbus.
Yeah. I know
So-
exactly where that is.
Yep. So we were very close. Or 70th.
Doesn't matter.
I lived on 70th
She
between
was like 77th, I think between 76 or 77 or 77, 78
yeah.
on West End. Then you go one over. That was one over was Broadway, right?
Yep.
And then Columbus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Broadway it was Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then but Broadway, it could have been Broadway because Broadway was diagonal. And
I could have
cut
walked
through.
right by you on the sidewalk, and then we'd have never known who we were.
Were you down there in 06, 07?
No, probably not.
Well, then no, you couldn't have, Ken.
I just thought that was good to say.
Not that I mean, I went to Broadway a lot from
That's
before
amazing
that to
though
long
when you
after
talk
that,
about
yeah.
New York.
yeah.
I mean, New York City, it's pretty big, and you can. Well, yeah, I know. But you
21
can-
square miles.
But you can talk about being like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, absolutely. So my dorm to Broadway was like Broadway, the street was like from here to the Land Trust building, the old bank
Mhm.
over there with the green roof. Like that's how far we had to walk for that. So it was very close. And then I would cross Broadway every day to go. There were 2 buildings for our school. One was in the Ansonia, which is on 72nd and Amsterdam. And then the other one was on 61st Street. So we'd walk 10 blocks. Sometimes we would cut through Lincoln Center, which was really cool. You'd sort of go under the Met
Mhm.
and come out the other side to get to school. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
I used to like to go down to New York. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm talking years ago now.
Yeah. Well, what are your first memories of New York? The
My first-
the 40s. I don't know. When was the first time you went to New York?
Was it the 40s? How could it be the 40s? How old do you think I am? I know
I think
I'm
you were
old.
born in 1939.
All right. So
So you could have gone to New York in
I
the
didn't.
40s.
No, I would say in the 50s,
Okay.
probably.
What was New York like in the 50s?
It was a lot nicer than it is right now. I can tell you that much.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I wasn't afraid to go anywhere. She would take us down at night. We'd go down to Times Square, walk around down, at the stores down there and everything.
Yeah.
I loved it. We used to go quite a bit. Hazel and I, and we had Ken, I took my oldest son and Kim, and we'd leave on a Friday, go stay Friday, Saturday night with my aunt, and come home Sunday.
That's
Well,
awesome.
quite a bit. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
probably run into you. No, you wouldn't be back that far.
The 70s or
Then she went to the east side.
I'm like if Ken Jr. and Kim were kids,
Then
I was
well,
not.
maybe they ran into you.
Maybe.
Uh, then she moved.
I'm closer to little Dan's age.
Yeah, I know. I forget sometimes. Uh, then she moved to the east side,
Okay.
151 East, but she had elevators and a nice apartment over there too.
There we go.
But the west side was good.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy that played on MASH,
Alan Alda?
the Colonel.
We were talking about Summer Pops. Hold on, MASH.
Oh yeah, we'll get back to that. Colonel somebody. He lived right in the next building to my aunt. Anyhow,
McLean Stevenson.
no, maybe the captain, whatever the hell he was.
Wayne Rogers.
No.
Mike Farrell.
No,
Gary Berghoff.
no,
Harry Morgan.
that's the guy.
Colonel Sherman Potter.
Yeah, he lived right next door, right across the street, basically.
All right.
But it was nice. We used to travel around New York with and then my two cousins lived in New Jersey. One of them did afterwards. They got married. So we used to travel over New Jersey. All right, so Summer Pops tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
I forgot why we started talking about New York.
That's a beauty. That's the only way that I will do this program.
Good.
Off the
Good.
cuff. I don't want to do it any other way.
Listen, no,
I'm not trying to be independent.
I'm here for the tangent.
That's all I care
I'm
about
here for
doing.
the tangent.
I've done, not to brag, I've done a lot of morning shows the same way.
Good.
What are you going to talk about tomorrow? I don't know.
I don't know.
Dina and I used to go in. Dina was my last co-host.
Mhm.
We would go in the morning, no preparation, nothing. I had one. I know it's Summer Pops is tomorrow night, but I had one host with me. You remember Charlie LaPresto by any chance?
No.
Used to be a cop in Stonington.
Okay.
And they opened up a travel agency. Actually, his brother, who was a state cop, opened up the travel agency and had him as one of our sponsors for Sports Open Mic. That's how we got to go to. We used to go to spring training every year. But anyhow, he was going to host the morning show with me for a while. So the first day I picked Charlie up to bring him down there, he's got a notebook and a pad, and he's got all these notes. I said, Charlie, what's that for? Well, I figured we got to know what. Throw it away. Don't even bring it. I said, because this is the way I like it. This is the only way I did. I did it for years that way.
Improv, baby. Speaking of New York and acting.
But it can happen, and that's why it's good, better that way, I think.
We have a bona fide television and radio Hall of Famer in the comments right now who said Ken is great off the cuff. He does not need to prep. So
who's that?
Who do you know that's a radio and television Hall of Famer?
Oh yeah.
You say the name.
No, who is it?
It's Betty Joe.
Yeah, I know who it was. Betty Joe, how are you?
We love you, Betty Joe. Betty Joe, what are you doing? Play hooky from work and come on in.
Yeah.
And yes, I owe him a phone call back. Hugs and kisses.
That was you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn right she does. But we love you, Betty Joe. Why? Yeah, why don't you stop? Now she can stop in.
Betty Joe, there's 4 chairs open for you. I'm at work at URI. It's summer. It's the solstice today, baby.
That's right.
Is it today?
We're going to call it that now.
Longest day of the year. When is the summer solstice? Northern date, June 20th to 22nd. No, I know, not when in general. When is it today? When is it this year? Oh my God, 2025. This is why people use AI, even though it is today. Okay, it's the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year.
So what does that mean? That she doesn't have to work?
I'm saying it's officially 10:42 p.m. is the summer solstice. Fantastic. So it's summer solstice. Summer solstice. It's the
So-
longest day of the year. That means you need to go on summer vacation.
so that means that she should call me because she owes me a phone call,
Oh,
and I'm going to
yeah.
arrange. I'll see when she's available. Just stop up and say hi. It's just she knows how we do it. She knows how we do the.
I think she's been here once or twice.
Yeah, and she knows how I do this with you. So, Betty Joe.
We love you, Betty.
I
Jo.
mean, you can't come today because she's at URI, right? She's already at work, probably.
I'm gonna call URI and demand that she have the day off today for the
my-
solstice.
Not today. She'll never make it here in time.
I don't care about that. She needs the day off for herself.
Oh, I see.
You know, she can go to the beach.
They had a
It's gonna
day
be in
off
the 80s.
yesterday. Yesterday was a holiday.
So yeah, that's true. That's true. It was Juneteenth yesterday.
Yeah, that's. What do you think about that?
I think it's
Oh,
great.
by the way, Summer Pops tomorrow night, 8:00.
Yes.
Weather's going to be perfect. There should be a big crowd on hand tomorrow night.
Oh, it should
I
be
mean,
massive.
this
Yeah.
could be this could surpass the attendance.
This may be a
mark.
record crowd for
Yeah.
the summer pops.
That's what I was trying to say.
It may be a record crowd with the great weather, with the incredible special guests, Mary Kate Morrissey, and Big Lux.
Oh
local
yeah,
special
don't
guest,
forget
yep.
him.
It's a free event. The pre-show at 6:15 has a band called Pop. Great kids from the United, the Westerly Morris Men, as always, and incredible boogie woogie pianist Arthur Migliazza.
Oh yeah.
Arthur Migliazza, who
You
was
like to
Nicole's
say that?
husband. Yeah, Migliazza. Well, I was. So the
Migliazza.
American way to say his name would be Migliazza. It's
Migliazza.
Migliazza.
Huh.
I had that conversation with him. And of course, the main show, they're going to be doing a lot of fantastic. I will come down one day next week. Thank you, Betty Joe. So anyway, they're going to be doing a lot of fantastic renditions.
Has to be Wednesday
of-
or Friday.
She can come down whenever. And
Betty
we'll, make,
Jo.
we'll do whatever. Anyway, so the summer
So are you
pops.
going?
Am I going to the
Would
summer
you
pops?
be at the Summer Pop?
I will be at the summer pops.
Then your job today, tomorrow night, is to give me the attendance so you can count them. You start counting them when you get there. How about that?
You want me to count
Mm.
over 30,000 people?
There could be 30,000 people there tomorrow night. Yeah. We'll start at 25.
I'll start at 25,000.
I
So
think
I'll
that-
just
I
so
think
I'll
that-
just assume it's 25,000, and I'll go 25,001, 25,002, 25,003.
how
I may end up with 50,000 if I do that.
so there's no
There's
there's no charge.
no, it's free.
So how would you possibly get the attendance anyhow? You'd have to guesstimate it anyhow.
If we took a drone photo,
Hmm.
then we could sort of count.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Or is that allowed? Or no? I mean, it's some restrictions
I don't
now.
know. Ryan, are you watching? I just assume Ryan's watching the show. Ryan, I'm just talking out into the ether. Ryan, can I have permission to fly a drone over the park? Honestly, we could just fly a drone up from here. And
Those
count.
things are pretty good.
what's that?
Pretty good.
Drones are pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we did it a couple of times with the parade, the Columbus Day parade.
You had a drone?
I didn't have it myself. I think it was Lauren that had it,
Okay.
or I don't know. Somebody had it down there.
Okay.
So anyhow, there should be a big crowd tomorrow night. The weather is going to cooperate. It's got to. And don't forget the Rotary too. They work hard.
They do. They work hard.
They're the only ones that provide food in there, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
I talked to Rona the other day, and she was telling me And I know I talked to Chris quite a few times about, the Rotary.
Was he a member of the Rotary?
Chris DiPaolo.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sure. Yeah, he was president a couple of times.
Very nice.
And he used to be in the park. They got a busy weekend, Rotary.
By the way, I don't know if this is yes, absolutely. Go get food and stuff from the Rotary in the park. That's incredible. I do want to say I saw the post yesterday or the other day, and I don't know if this is not this is not sponsored. This is not an advertisement, a paid advertisement at all. But I saw the post the other day from Reels Grocery about the broadcasts that Chris used to do
Yes,
down there every single summer pops.
correct.
And I don't know if WBLQ is still doing them. I don't know. If they are, that's fantastic. Whether they are or not, while you are downtown tomorrow for the summer pops, while you're putting your blanket down tonight, whatever it may be, go. What?
Not supposed to put the blanket down.
You can start putting your blanket down at 5 p.m.
5
tonight.
o'clock?
5
Okay.
o'clock tonight,
All
I
right.
think. Check out the courses page for that. Anyway,
Sorry to interrupt you.
go to Reels and get a grinder.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going there today.
Go to Reels and get a grinder and support them. They, again, not a sponsor, not an advertiser with us, nothing like that. I just
Could be.
you're really just taking the goodwill and putting it down here when you do that. But they are directly across from the chorus hall. They've been there forever.
Oh, we were talking about it. The young lady, Paula and I were talking about Reels this morning.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, we were talking about the penny candy they used to have in there. We're going back now, years ago.
Well, I remember when it was like when they
Remember
had
the
10-cent
penny
candy in
and
there,
the
yeah.
roasted peanuts in the window.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it. And matter of fact, I just told her I was going. She loved the grinders there. And I said, you mentioned it, and that's where I'm going today. Hazel and I are going to have Reels grinders.
Oh,
I
that's
have-
awesome.
Remember the aunt I told you in New York? The two daughters, they're always talking about Reels. One lives in Florida, one lives in New Jersey, and that's all they talk about is Reels grinders. I said, you mean to tell me you can't? It don't taste the same. One time I had to bring 2 grinders to New Jersey. But Leo, who runs Reels right now, took care of me because they're closed on Sunday, and
Yeah.
I was going on Sunday. So Leo fixed it up for me on Saturday night right when they closed. Told me what to do, give me the oil and all that stuff. The grinder was made. I brought it down there. It was like I gave him $1 million. A grinder.
Well,
So that's what I'm having for dinner today. I'll see Leo today.
you can't get Reels anywhere else.
No, you can't.
So
I said, don't they have grinders where you guys are? She said, no, they're not the same.
Betty Jo texted me
Yeah.
and said a reminder that she works the full year, not the academic year, which I knew, but also she said, by the way, you are supposed to be off. Like I'm supposed to be off. And that's true. I didn't take any time off. I took we didn't do this show for like 2 weeks, but
Yeah, but that wasn't, we had other reasons too,
yes.
with the construction and all that good stuff.
Yes, I want to thank the people at Shoreline Painting for painting this beautiful building, 43 Broad Street,
It's a nice spot here.
the pizza place building.
Yeah.
It is. And it looks gorgeous now. We're actually going to have a reel. Speaking of drones, we took some drone footage of them painting, and we will have that up later today at some point.
Good. Right.
Yeah. So Ken.
So that's it on
So
summer.
summer pops, and also obviously, um, well, all right, I'm not gonna have a backwards baseball cap for this part.
No.
Obviously, also one of the reasons, not just the weather, um, but one of the reasons why summer pops will possibly break records for attendance this year is, of course, the passing this week of George Kent, the founder of the Chorus of Westerly. Back in 1959, he was the conductor and music director until 2012, when he handed the baton over to Andrew Howell. And he was also the organist and choir master at Christ Church, which is right down there. And he was there for 69, almost and a half years.
Mm.
April 1956
Wow.
is when he first sat at the bench at Christ Church behind that beautiful organ. And I've been thinking during the, I think it's the 1812 overture. I'm not 100% sure, but during one part at the finale of the Pops, the Christ Church bells ring, and Ryan Saunders, the executive director of the Chorus of Westerly, someone who has been in the chorus since he was 8 years old, um, is the person that plays the bells uh, at the church during that. And I so he was Ryan, who had a beautiful post um, uh, memorializing Mr. Kent, eulogizing, and I'm sure he will have more. He was a child in the chorus. He was a teenager in the chorus. He got married at Christ Church. He came back and became the executive director, and was the executive director for several years, the final years of Mr. Kent as the musical director. Um, Ryan worked with him. And then Ryan was obviously a part of the transition to Andrew Howell, who also was a child in the chorus at one point. Um, and then they have run it for the last, 12 years together since then, 13 years. And so I have thought every day for a week about how emotional the Summer Pops will be for all of the 200 singers and all of the 25,000 plus people, and the countless lives that Mr. Kent touched. But I constantly am thinking about that moment where Ryan's going to climb the stairs to the bell tower
Sure.
and pass the organ. So not only is he doing the Summer Pops, which Mr. Kent created so many years ago, but also that added thing of he'll be at the chorus hall, which bears his name. He'll be doing all of that, and then he will actually be going up the stairs and passing the Christ Church organ. And I just thought, like, all of those moments are going to be so heavy tomorrow, and in the midst of what is one of the most joyful days of the year for them, and um and that sort of mix of joy and sorrow and heartache and remembrance and all of those things. um there's a uh there's a thing that people say about musical theater, which is different obviously than classical choral pieces, but there's a thing about musical theater where people say that the song in a musical comes from when the emotions are too strong, that speaking isn't enough,
Hmm.
when speaking isn't enough, and music is the only thing that can do. And music in so many times in life is the only thing that can really explain emotions and can really do justice to emotions. And that is something that the chorus has given us for 65 years and 66 years. And so I think that while I wish that he could have lived forever, I think that there's something really beautiful about passing this week, and the fact that not everybody who wants to will be able to be there, I'm sure, but you'll never have a better opportunity for as many people as possible
Right.
whose lives this great man touched, to be in the same place at the same time, celebrating, paying tribute, and doing the thing that brought all of them together in the first place, which is sing and listen to music.
Absolutely.
So
Well said.
we're going to take a break
Yes.
because I don't know how to follow that.
That's the way we follow that. We
Yep.
take a break.
And thank you so much, guys. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Whether it's across town or just across the hall, no job is too big or too small for Easy Does It Moving and More. Sean and his team put people first, making your move safe, smooth, and stress-free from start to finish. For a move made simple, go with the name that says it all. Easy Does It Moving and More. Call us today at 401-545-6078 or go to easydoesitmoving.com.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Let's all go to the beach. to the beach. Cold weather sucks, let's get some relief. I'm telling you it's well within our reach. Take me to the beach today.
Well,
Welcome back, everybody.
welcome back. No, I didn't get all of them yet.
All right, fine.
Maybe today I'll text them and see what's going on.
Fine.
Give them a day to recover from a golf match up there in Cromwell.
Yes.
And then
Robert
Robert.
has a question for you.
Oh, hi, Robert.
Did you ever have a grinder from Gropelli's Market at the corner of Palmer and Prospect Street?
Gropelli's? I thought that was wasn't that pizza lady for a while?
I don't know. Is Palmer?
Oh, maybe it's there now.
Palmer and Prospect Street. Palmer.
Yeah. No, in other words, to answer Robert's question, no, I have not. Should I?
I don't know. I'm looking right now where it is.
I know where Prospect Street is. It's
Yeah, it's in Pawcatuck.
yeah. It's by the railroad crossing.
Prospect Street, Pawcatuck. Why is maps not on here? Oh my
Well,
God.
just Robert could tell you where it is.
That's true. Robert, where is it? I'm looking on my phone, guys. I don't like to.
Well, what is it? Prospect and Palmer?
Yeah.
Prospect Street is a side street. Palmer's the one that runs over the railroad tracks. So it's got to be right there, down near Mechanic Street. I would say.
Okay, Prospect Street. Oh, okay, that's the other side. All right, Prospect Street and Palmer.
It's right in the corner, right?
Yes. Yes, it is right on the corner.
I think.
Is it? Oh, it's is it where the J and G Railside restaurant at Whistle Stop? I think it used to be Whistle Stop.
Well, there's a Whistle Stop.
Or are you talking about on the other side?
Yeah, I'm talking about on the other side of the street.
Okay.
Well, maybe Robert can clarify that for us then.
Which side of the street was it on? They were all pretty good when I lived there. Reels was on the corner of Route 1 and Pequot Trail back then.
That's up on West Broad Street.
Okay.
That was Reels. So where the
Reels hasn't always been where it is?
yes, they had two. They had one.
Oh, okay.
And the other one was up the top of West Broad Street.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But no, I have not had a grinder from Gropelli's.
Can we talk about
Sure.
I want to ask you a question on the air.
Go ahead.
All right.
If I can't answer it, I'll just say I'll plead the fifth.
There's a book that people have been whispering about for years.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe someone was writing, right? And then maybe someone has the book finished.
Maybe.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to publish the book. I don't know any of that. Would someone be interested in doing an audio version of the book as well?
An audio version?
An audio version. Yeah, an audio book. I mean, I just would assume that since the book is about broadcasting,
Mm-hmm.
maybe this person would want to sit in front of a microphone and
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm just
Hey,
asking.
I'll ask that guy
All right. All right.
if he'd be interested.
We'll see.
And who would do that?
I think I know a guy.
Okay.
I think I know a guy.
You could arrange it, in other words.
I could probably arrange it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah, I could probably arrange it.
Be good.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
All right. Well, let's go back to commercial. We'll talk about this more tomorrow on Sports Open Mic, I'm sure. Live from Toscano's Men's Shop,
Yes.
9 Canal Street in downtown Westerly. But the Boston Red Sox, 15 hours ago, or a little bit more, sent Christian Campbell down to the Woo Sox. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Worcester. Well, they had to send somebody because I think they got, well, obviously they got the trade for Devers, which they got a couple of guys from the Giants. So
They got 2 major league relievers, and they got
so you got to make room.
Yep.
I'm sure Campbell's not going to be too happy about that.
Camera got way too close to my face.
And but that's what happens when you got, they got a lot of young guys on that team. Campbell's only like 22.
Yeah.
And of course they signed him to long-term contracts too, these guys. So he's going to go back to the minor leagues for a while to get straightened out. He's been in a little slump. So he probably's not going to be there long.
No, you go down, you get some confidence back,
That's
you
all.
come back up. But still, $60 million to play in Worcester is, of course, you're not going to get all of that $60 million if you keep playing in Worcester. But
I don't know about that.
No?
No, he's under contract. They got to pay him.
Okay, sure, but you may never get another. Not that you
No,
need more
no,
than
right.
$60 million.
Yeah. But he'll be back. He'll be back. He's a decent
He'll
player.
be
And
back.
don't forget, I guess he's playing a little bit out of position too on second base. I think he's an outfielder. All those guys are sort of, it's like a little mishmash now. Like the third baseman, Maya, but his name is Maya, but it's Maya. Spelled Maya, but they call him Maya. Anyhow, he's actually a shortstop. I think Campbell is an outfielder. So they got too many outfielders. Abreu's coming back. I think he's in Worcester now, rehabbing. He'll be back.
Yeah.
They're going to play him. So they had to do something to make. They may have to make another move then when he comes back. So it's a good thing, I guess, to be in that situation where you got a lot of players and you don't know which one to move. But then it could be a bad situation too with some of these guys. Lose confidence. Who knows? They're young guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the oldest guy on that outfield crew is Duran, and they keep talking about if they make a trade somewhere along the line, it might be Duran. And I don't know if I'd do that if I was the Red Sox. He's a little more proven player, day-to-day player than all these young guys right now. And I'll tell you that kid hustles. I mean, that's why he gets all those doubles and triples. When he hits the ball out of the batter's box, he's running. And that's what you should do. So I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think Campbell will be there long.
Hold on. I was looking back at my notes. Do you think the Red Sox are going to make another blockbuster trade, or do you think that this is for the rest of the year?
I don't think so because it seems to me that they're on this youth movement thing. And who they going to trade now? I mean, if you were going to make a big blockbuster trade, don't you think it should have been with Devers? I mean, they didn't get a lot for Devers. What they got was...
Well, you never know. There's 2 prospects that you never know what they're going to turn into.
No. But you're talking about blockbuster. Devers
Yeah.
is one of the better, if not right up in the top 5 hitters in baseball.
Right.
So they didn't get anything for him to make it a blockbuster trade. They could have, but they were more interested, I believe, in freeing up the money. Don't forget the Giants are going to pay the whole $300 million.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean that they can't go out and sign a free agent with that money.
You don't think that so you think that they still might trade Durant just cuz?
Well, I wouldn't trade him, but that's who they keep talking about
Yeah.
is Durant, because they want to protect those young guys, like
Campbell.
the guy they just
Painter.
the right fielder and
Yeah.
Roman, whatever his name is.
Hmm.
They want to protect those guys. And don't forget, you got the first baseman too that's hurt. He's going to be out all year, but he's going to come back.
Sure. Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, they're relying on him.
Yeah.
So I just think they got the money that if there's somebody out there, and maybe the Red Sox are tired of spending money right now. Who knows?
I am.
Well,
I'm not tired of the Red Sox spending money. They can spend all the money that they want.
yeah.
I don't really I never get, people say like, "Oh, these players are too they're too et cetera, et cetera." I never think about players getting overpaid and all of that stuff because they pay what the market will bear, right? If the t-shirts and the ticket sales and all of that stuff, if it all adds up, it adds up.
Yeah, there's nobody playing Major League Baseball probably that's worth any of the money they're getting. But
Sure.
like you said, that's what the market is. And
Yeah. So like, I mean, if you have those players get like, what do I want them not to get paid all of that money, and then for the billionaire owners of the team to take all of the money from? Like, that's not right either. The players are who we root for. The players are who we go to watch. They should get a large portion of the TV deals, all of that stuff. So
the only thing with Major League Baseball right now is there's only so many teams in baseball that can afford to pay guys like Judge, guys like Devers.
Sure.
And they can't compete. And I think that's the only thing that if they think it spoils baseball, it's that. Because you got a certain amount of teams, at least you could take half or maybe more teams right off the market that could not pay Devers. So the Red Sox are going to trade him to somebody and they want him to take his salary. There was only so many teams that they could negotiate with.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel bad for these other, like Colorado and I mean, Chicago and those, not the Cubs, the White Sox.
Well, the White Sox have God on their side now.
Yeah.
I hear he's got a direct line to the big man upstairs.
Yeah, well,
so
you'll need one.
Oh, anything else you want to give a little preview of tomorrow?
Well, we're going to talk about what we're talking about right now. I'm sure Bill will have his ideas. So will Lou, and Lou will talk about magic dust and all that good stuff. And we'll get a rundown on what Dan's doing now. He got some basketball camps that he's been involved in.
Yep.
And that's a good thing.
How many guests we have tomorrow? 4? Just the normal 4?
Yeah.
Just you,
Far as
Lou,
I
Bill,
know.
you, Lou, Bill, and Danny boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thank you so much, Ken. Guys, go to the Summer Pops tomorrow.
Yeah, geez, don't forget 8:00, right? It starts early
Starts
though.
at
What
6:15. 6:15, and I believe you can start putting your blankets and chairs down tonight.
Now you
in the
believe.
park.
Now before you
Don't quote me.
Well, before you said 5:00, you did not say I believe. So now we're going to get it official.
Hold on.
I'm holding on.
Looking to reserve a spot, the perfect spot in Wilcox Park for the Pops. You can put a blanket down to reserve your spot in Wilcox Park and leave it in the park unattended beginning Friday at 5 p.m. Friday at 5 p.m. We recommend you putting a blanket down on Friday evening to get a good spot and or first thing on Saturday.
There you go.
Some blanket basics: no plastic tarps, no spikes into the ground or stakes. Only low chairs are permitted, but don't bring them until the night of the pops. Only blankets can be left ahead of time. For complete rules and regulations for reserving your spots in the park, plus more information about summer pops, check out chorusofwesterly.org/summer-pops.
There you go. Now it's official. I mean, we want to make sure we give out the right information here.
Absolutely, we do.
And you certainly did. And good job.
Thank you. Guys, stay
tuned. And you
tuned.
were right. It was 5 o'clock. It is 5 o'clock.
Thank you, Ken, for agreeing that I'm always right. Aging in the community.
I didn't say always right. I just said you were right on this issue. And it was good that you read all of that, because there was other things that people wouldn't know, like the chairs and this.
It's fair. That is fair.
Okay.
Listen, guys,
Wow.
stay tuned, because in 2 minutes, Rhode Island Elder Info, RI Elder Info, will be back live. Deb Burton, Aging in the Community with Caroline Dillon on the power of the Village Common. That is at 9 a.m., which is in 2 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you all real soon. Bye for now. Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is, right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on.